One particular example that many of you might be familiar with is the Greenwood community, the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So for those of you who aren't familiar, you might be familiar with the term Black Wall Street, right? Black Wall Street was a district within Tulsa, Oklahoma around the 1920s that was a thriving, independent black economy. Because of the forces of segregation, black folks were forced to support their own businesses and exist within their own micro-society, and so we did, and we thrived and flourished. There were black-owned restaurants and shops, professional practices, doctors' offices, lawyers' offices, schools, homes. Beautiful community, right? But as we know, historically speaking, when black people thrive and are successful, the white supremacist tendencies that exist within this culture cannot stand that. They cannot stand to see our happiness, to see our success, to see our contentment. And so what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was that a young man, a young black man, a boy, the age of 19, wanted to use the restroom. So he went into an office building in a white part of town, and he got in the elevator. And in that elevator was a white woman, a white girl, around 17 years old. And no one officially knows what occurred inside that elevator. The Tulsa, Oklahoma Tribune tried to paint a picture that this young boy had assaulted this white woman, that he had attempted to rape her, right, in that space. It's highly unlikely that that was what actually occurred. But nevertheless, when the two of them emerged from that elevator on the top floor, the white girl came out screaming, and the black boy came out running because he knew what was coming next, because this is not a news story, nor was it in 1920. And he was arrested, and he was incarcerated, and he was set to be killed. But the black community at the time attempted to protect him, to galvanize around him, armed, in support, not in aggression. But also, as we know, anytime black people in this society are seen to be protecting themselves from oppression and from harm, that also is unacceptable. And so, the Klan, aided by the police, aided by white supremacists in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, waged open war against the black folks who were standing in protection of one of their own. And then they proceeded to go into the Greenwood community in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and burn to the ground miles and miles of homes, of businesses, of livelihoods, of lives. Within a span of 48 hours, over 300 people were murdered. And what is one of the greatest massacres in modern American history that is not talked about, that you will not find in the history books. The Greenwood community, otherwise known as Black Wall Street, was decimated in less than 2 days. And thousands of people were forced to move into tent communities, okay? And they attempted to rebuild that community, but it was never quite the same. And so I share this story with you, but I cannot consciously experience a day like that without taking a moment to stand in the suffering of those who came before me, because it is upon their backs which we stand, okay? So I stand here in a moment of gratitude and a moment of solitude, and I want to take a moment of silence so that we can reflect on the lives that were lost, that were not mourned, that to this day remain in unmarked graves, mass graves in Oklahoma. Can we take one moment? Thank you. Right on. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Ray. I'm a member of the Frontline Drumline. If you like my speech, if you like what we do, you can kick us some cash, Frontline_Drumline at Venmo, or Frontline Drumline, all one word, at Cash App.